Your Networkr app has already created over 90,000 face-to-face connections. What inspired you to develop this app, and how do you envision it transforming the future of networking?
Years ago, when I was like 24 or something, I was running a web design agency down in St. George, Utah, and we grew it to 400,000 a year just by going to BNI, the Chambers, and Corporate Alliance, which is a big, networking group for business owners and things like that. And we grew for like 2 years straight, and we grew a team of 8 people, and then we plateaued and we started shrinking a little. And I was like, what is going on? We're going to more networking events today than ever. And there's 1 month, and it was November, and it was like trying to get prepared for Christmas, right? And I went to 3 networking events, and I always could pull like 1 to 2 website deals off a month, right? Just by going to these events. And they sat me next to the same marketer 3 times in a row that was really good at taking over the table conversation. Like, no one had an answer. He was the answer guy for everyone, right?
Interesting.
So it's hard to shine, if you will.
Yeah.
And the 3rd event, I turned over to him. I'm like, hey, don't you wish there's a seating algorithm that knew who we met and who we haven't? And he looks over at me and he's like, that's a good idea. You should build it. And I was like, okay, let me think about this. So I was like, okay, I'll take 50 grand to build and I'll sell it for $100 a month. And I was like, I'll never make my money back. And then a week or 2 passed, and I went to another event, and sure enough, the people I sat with already that I created friendships with just came and sat next to me. And then I was like, what if the algorithm knew everyone you met at all these different events? So no matter where you go, you're meeting new people. And it just hit my head like, whoa, there's an idea here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I went out, got 12 groups to sign a letter of intent saying if I build it, they would buy it. And that's how we got started. And then, even now today, I think I didn't even know what I was playing with, because I didn't realize the power of connection and the power of just helping people connect and what that turns into opportunity wise. Even today, I'm always amazed by some of the stories that I hear, because people are like, oh my gosh, I needed to come to this event to meet this person. Your app sat me next to them. And I was like, wow, that's like some really amazing things. Like, there's some guys down in St. George that this years and years ago, but they ended up becoming business partners because they met using this app. And they ended up building this whole thing that's happening down in St. George.
Wow.
That happens all the time. And it's like, that is what people need, is they just need the introductions, right? Like, you can go into a room, like a conference or a seminar or mastermind or something like that, and you can listen to the speaker, but the people that are really going to make the difference in your lives are the other people at the event, right? And it's like, usually you'll get some nuggets from the speaker or something like that, but it's the other people that you build relationships with that actually turn into opportunities. And so I just think building 90,000 plus face-to-face connections, it's been just an amazing adventure doing this whole thing. And so now it's taking it to that next level of helping even more people connect at all of the events. It's been a fun ride, but there's no better work that I could be doing with my life than helping people meet and connect. There's no better work on this planet, because every opportunity we get is from someone else. I mean, there's no like just creating something out of this ether, right? It's you have to have relationships in order for anything to happen. And if you're new, the best thing you could do is hop on this app and start networking places, because that's what's going to make the difference in your life. If you're broke, whatever, it's other people that will help bring you out of that and into making more money, making better decisions, more opportunities, because we're all learning from each other, right? And on social media, we can pass quotes and everything like that to each other, which is good in a lot of ways. We need the pick-me-ups, right? But at the same time, you're not building a relationship that turns into anything, because people only do business with those they know and trust, right? So it's like, if you build these relationships, all of a sudden they're like, oh, this, web designer, whatever. When they run into someone, or if they are someone that needs that and they have a relationship with you, they're going to call you, because they're going to be like, I trust this guy.